Mantras of our Divine Mother. Our Divine Mother says, in a general way, my force is there, constantly at work, constantly shifting the psychological element of your being to put them in new relations and defining to yourself the different facets of your nature so that you may see what should be changed, developed, rejected. With always our love and blessing, says our Divine Mother. Sri Aurobindo's Savitri. Book 1, Canto 4, The Secret Knowledge. Above the world creators stand. In the phenomenon, see its mystic source. These heed not the deceiving outward play. They turn not to the moment's busy tramp, but listen with the still patience of the unborn for the slow footsteps of far destiny. Words of our Lord Sri Aurobindo, taken from the collective works of our Lord Sri Aurobindo, book Essays Divine and Human, topic The Silence Behind Life, page 88. Our Lord Sri Aurobindo says, there is a silence behind life as well as within it, and it is only in this more secret, sustaining silence that we can hear clearly the voice of God. In the noise of the world, we hear only altered and disturbed echoes of it. For the voice comes always. Who else speaks to us on our journey? But the gods of the heart, the gods of the mind, the gods of desire, the gods of sense take up the divine cry, intercept it, and alter it for their purposes. Krishna calls to us, but the first note, even the opening power or sweetness, awakes a very broha of these echoes. It is not the fault of these poor gods. The ascent of power is so desirable, the note of sweetness is so captivating that they must seize it. They would be dull and soulless. There would be no hope of their redemption if they did not at once leap at it and make it their own. But in becoming their own, it ceases to be entirely his. How many who have the religious faith and the religious temperament are following the impulses of their heart? the cravings of their desire, the urgency of their senses, the dictates of their opinion when they fully imagine that their God is leading them. And they do well, for God is leading them. It is the way He has chosen for them, and since He has chosen it, it is the best and wisest and most fruitful way for them. Sri Aurobindo says, still it is their God, not one they have made in their own image as the atheists believe, but one who makes himself in the image that they prefer, the image that best suits with their nature or their development. In whatever way men come to me, in that way I love and cleave to them. It is a saying or fathomless depth which contains the seed of the whole truth about God and religion. After all, it is only in this way that the conditioned can meet the absolute, that which has a nature of dharma of its own, with that which is beyond all limit of nature or dharma. And Lord Sri Aurobindo says, after the meeting of the soul with God, well, that is a different matter. The secrets of his nuptial chamber cannot all be spoken. Nevertheless, there is a higher way of meeting him than that which leads us through subjection to the gods. By perfect love, by perfect joy, by perfect satisfaction, by perfected mind, one can hear what the victory truly says, if not the voice itself, catch the kernel of the message with a sort of ecstatic perfection, even if afterwards the gods dilate on it, and by attempting to amplify and complete, load it with false corollaries, or prevent some great fullness of truth from arriving to us. Therefore, this way also, though it is high, cannot be the highest, says our Lord Sri Aurobindo. Next topic, initial definitions and descriptions. Our Lord Sri Aurobindo says, integral yoga has 4 powers and objects: purity, liberty, beatitude, and perfection. Whosoever has consummated these 4 mightiness in the being of the transcendental, universal, Leelamaya, and individual God is the complete and absolute yogin. All manifestations of God are manifestations of the absolute Parabrahman. The absolute Parabrahman is unknown to us, not because it is the nothingness of all that we are, for rather whatever we are in truth or in seeming is nothing but Parabrahman, but because it is pre-existent and supra-existent to even the highest and purest methods and the most potent and illimitable instruments of which the soul in the body is capable. Our Lord Sri Aurobindo says, in Parabrahman, knowledge ceases to be knowledge and becomes an inexpressible identity. Become Parabrahman if thou will, and if that will suffer thee but strive not to know it. For thou shalt not succeed with these instruments and in this body. In reality, thou art Parabrahman already, and ever wast and ever will be. To become Parabrahman in any other sense, thou must depart utterly out of the world manifestation and out even of the world transcendence. Why should thou hunger after departure from manifestation as if the world was an evil? Has not that manifested itself in thee and in the world? And art thou wiser and purer and better than the Absolute? O mind deceived soul in the mortal? When that withdraws thee, then thy going hence is inevitable. Until its force is laid on thee, thy going is impossible. Cry thy mind never so fiercely and wailingly for departure. Therefore, neither desire nor shun the world, but seek the bliss and purity and freedom and greatness of God in whatsoever state or experience or environment. Let me repeat, therefore, neither desire nor shun the world, but seek the bliss and purity and freedom and greatness of God in whatsoever state or experience or environment. So long as thou hast any desire, be it the desire of non-birth or the desire of liberation, thou canst not attain to Parabrahman. For that has no desires, neither of birth nor of non-birth, nor of world, nor of departure from world. The Absolute is unlimited by thy desire as it is inaccessible to thy knowledge. If thou wouldst know Parat Brahman, then know it as it chooses to manifest itself in the world and transcending it. For transcendence also is a relation to world, not the sheer absolute, since otherwise it is unknowable. This is the simultaneous knowing and not knowing spoken of in the Vedanta. Of Parabrahman, we should not say that it is world transcendent or world immanent or related or non-related to the world. For all these ideas of world and not world, of transcendence and immanence and relation are expressions of thought by which mind puts its own values on the self-manifestation of Parabrahman to its own principle of knowledge, and we cannot assert any, even the highest of them, to be the real reality of that which is at once all and beyond all, nothing and beyond nothing. A profound and unthinking silence is the only attitude which the soul manifested in the world should adopt the Absolute. Our Lord Sri Aurobindo says, we know of Parabrahman that it is, in a way, in which no object is and no state in the world, because whenever and whatever direction we go to the farthest limits of soul experience or thought experience or body experience or any essential experience whatsoever, we come to the brink of that and perceive it to be unknowably without any capacity of experiencing about it any further truth whatsoever. When thy soul retiring within from depth to depth and widening without from vastness to vastness stands in the silence of its being before an unknown and unknowable, from which and towards which world is seen to exist as a thing neither materially real nor mentally real, and yet not to be described as a dream or a falsehood, then know that thou art standing in the Holy of Holies before the veil that shall not be rent. In this mortal body, thou canst not rend it, nor in any other body, nor in the state of self in body, nor in the state of pure self, nor in waking, nor in sleep, nor in trance, nor in any state of circumstances whatsoever. For thou must be beyond state before thou canst enter into the Paratpara Brahman. Our Lord Sri Aurobindo says, that is the unknown God, to whom no altar can be raised and no worship offered. Universe is his only altar. Experience is his only worship. That we are, feel, think, act, or are, but do not feel, do not think, do not act, is for that enough. To that, the saint is equal with the sinner, activity with inactivity, man with the mulus, since all are equal in its manifestation. These things, says our Lord, at least are true of the Parabrahman and Parapurusha, which is the highest that we know, the nearest to the Absolute. But what that is behind the veil, or how behind the veil it regards itself and its manifestations, is a thing no mind can assume or tell or know, and he is equally ignorant and presumptuous who raises and inscribes to it an altar, or who pretends to declare the unknown to those who know that they can know it not. Confuse not thought, bewilder not the soul of man in its forward march, but turn to the universe and know that in this Tattva Itat, for so only and in these terms, it has set itself out to be known to those who are in the universe. Be not deceived by ignorance, be not deceived by knowledge. There is none bound, none free, none seeking freedom, but only God playing at these things in the extended mind of his self-conscious being. Para Maya Mahimanam Asya, which we call the universe, says our Lord Sri Aurobindo.
je ne puis comprendre. Dans le silence de la plus pure dévotion, je t'adore. O thou, whom I cannot understand, in the silence of the purest devotion, I adore thee. शिवा तनूरघोराः पापकाशिनी तस्मात् तमेव मम शरणम् दया नस्तनुवा शन्तमया गिरिशन्ताभिजातशीः तस्मात् तमेव शरणम् ततः परं ब्रह्म परं बृहन्तम यथा निकायं सर्वभूतेषु गूढम् तस्मात् तमेव शरणम् ॐ विश्वस्यैकं परिवेष्टितारमीश तं ज्ञात्वाहमितां भवन्ति वन्दे सूर्यशशाङ्क वह्निनयनं वन्दे मुकुन्दप्रियं वन्दे वरदं वन्दे शिवं वन्दे श्री अरविन्दम् तस्मात् तमेव मम शरणम् तस्मात्